Okay.
Go ahead.
My name is Troy Mann, and this is my wife, Kate. We been living in Florida for a couple years, and we just moved back in the summer of 2016. We have 2 children, Dylan, who's 10, and Quinn, who's 9. I am currently a registered nurse at Lutheran Hospital, and Kate is teaching for Fort Wayne Community Schools.
Okay, let's do the same thing again one more time. Same content. Now that you've been through it once, you'll say the same. Yeah.
Okay.
Say
Any
the same.
more or less?
No.
Or?
No,
Okay.
that's good.
Okay.
So, yeah, I just wanted to know who you are before we get into the story.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, should I say, if you're gonna say all that, I don't think we need to talk about your journey from Florida to here if we're bringing that up here.
Okay.
So I'll go to question 2.
Okay.
Is that
Yeah.
good?
It doesn't,
That's fine.
it doesn't
In your
even matter.
intro?
It doesn't even matter the order. I just want to do them as sections. So,
Okay,
first section is the intro. So,
Okay.
ready?
perfect.
Sure. My name is Troy Mann, and this is my wife, Kate. Kate and I have been living with our 2 children in Florida for the past couple of years. We just moved back to Fort Wayne in summer of 2016. And we have 2 children, Dylan, who is 10, and Quinn, who is 9 years old. I am currently a registered nurse at Lutheran Hospital, and Kate is a 4th grade teacher for Fort Wayne Community Schools.
Okay, what's your first question?
Were you a little concerned when Quinn was on the waiting list and Dylan was accepted?
Yeah, initially we were a little concerned, but there's so many details that we had to work out with our transition back from Florida that is really, we just trusted God that things would work out. And Quinn is a very adaptable person, so we weren't really that concerned about Quinn. We felt like the idea would be to have Quinn be at Blackhawk Christian, but we figured she would roll with whatever came her way. So
When we got the call, though, I remember the day that we got the call, it just was, okay, this is just another confirmation of the way things are coming together for us to come back. And just Dylan and Quinn, they're very close, and so we knew that they would enjoy being on a journey together at Blackhawk.
Okay, next question.
How have your children adjusted to BCS?
Quite well. Again, both kids are very adaptable, but I picked them up from school numerous times, and I asked them the same questions any parent would. What'd you do? How was your day? And every day they say it was great. And I asked them one time pointedly, "Do you mean to say you've never had a bad day here yet?" And they said, "No, never had a bad day here." They seemed to enjoy it. They're challenged. They were welcomed in by the staff and the students just from day one. I dropped them off on the first day, and I distinctly remember just in both kids' situations, classmates just coming right up to them and saying, "What's your name? Where are you from? Hey, you're a part of us now." And it was just really neat to see that both Dylan and Quinn were kind of, "Oh, okay, this is a pleasant surprise."
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was able to attend the sing-along that the elementary does. It's kind of a tradition right before Christmas. And see them in their setting with their people. And it was just really cool to see how much they had already melded into the group. They were right there in the mix.
Okay, next question.
Could you share a little bit of what you are currently going through?
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, back in December 2016, I was diagnosed with cancer, and
Let's take a break, you guys. They're changing classes.
Oh, okay.
All I can hear is
Yeah.
everybody jumping down the steps.
Yes.
Can you hear that too? It's like, oh man, that's the bad thing. I used to have, if you look up in the ceiling, there's these can lights, right? And we never used to have classrooms up there. Well, for a while, we had Darren McCown's classroom.
Oh, yeah, there's no way you were getting anything done with him.
I would say you could call the definition of him in a classroom is organized chaos.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Well, kids were on the top row of the risers, jumping onto the floor, and the ceiling was rattling, and my lights kept burning out. So I said to the maintenance guys, "Can you guys put some fluorescent lights in and just disconnect those?"
Yeah. Oh my.
It seems to have gotten a little quieter, you guys.
Okay.
All right, so repeat that question again, Abby, and let's go from there.
Okay. Could you share a little bit of what you are currently going through?
Sure. Back in December, right before Christmas, I was diagnosed with cancer. Quite obviously, it was a shock to hear that news. So we've been I've been going through quite a bit of treatments and appointments and little surgeries here and there, and I've been through one round of chemo and radiation, and we're about ready to head out to Houston to see some specialists to get on the case. So
Yeah. Recently, he had a PET scan that some spots lit up, and then he had a biopsy that confirmed that it has spread from the original mass to his liver and lung, and so we just felt like Houston was. We've loved working with our people here, but we wanted to kind of kick it up a notch a little.
mm-hmm.
He's gone.
He's
We're
gone.
good.
Okay.
Yeah,
The next
you're doing
question?
so well. Yeah.
Okay, that's
On
perfect.
to the next question.
Okay. How has the BCS community been supportive of you and your children?
I just can't imagine doing this without BCS. From the moment they found out about Troy's diagnosis, they were immediately prayer support. The kids would come home every day saying how they were praying for Daddy with their class at school. The teachers would email me periodically to check and see what more could they do, how could they tailor some things just to make it easier for Dylan and Quinn at school. The kids, we feel that they're doing so well. A lot of that we contribute to just BCS and their level of calm and trust, and how the teachers model. They're just such great role models of faith in God no matter what, and so we don't worry about them. We really feel that this has been such a big part of God's plan for all of this, is having them here. BCS set up meal trains. They've been bringing food 3 times a week, putting it in a cooler outside our home, and just with all the appointments and everything that we've had to handle, I can't imagine doing this without.
Well, it's just a lot of times to me, if I'm home or in treatment or at work or wherever I am, I have this big sense of calm and peace that the kids are at BCS and not somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very comforting to me to know this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you share the impact that the BCS teachers have had in your children's lives as they partner with you in their education? I think you kind of just said that. Am I right, Ed? Should we do it?
I ran upstairs and did a little
Jane,
Okay,
magic.
just
Jane
go ahead.
said that. Try. We
Okay.
can go a
Just
little
go
I
bit
can-
deeper.
Say it again.
I
About
can
maybe
add-
at parent-teacher
Yes,
conferences,
that's what I
about
was
the
gonna
prayer. That
say.
was a big part
Okay.
of, yeah.
Okay.
I forgot that part.
So I'll say the question one more time to cut
Okay.
you off, but you already did a great job with that, so we'll just do one more. Can you share the impact that the BCS teachers have had in your children's lives as they partner with you in their education?
Yeah. I think the most notable moment for me, and I think for Kate too, we went to parent-teacher conferences, and before and after each conference, the teachers prayed with us about the kids, and not just their academics, but just them as people. And I left, and I think we talked about this too, we left the parent-teacher conferences thinking, why would we have our kids anywhere else? I mean, it was just such a a neat moment for us.
Mhm. Yeah, and just I mentioned the role models. I mean, it's not just their individual classroom teachers that take interest in them, but each of their teachers, their gym teacher has played a huge role. He actually, a few weeks ago when Troy was kind of at the peak of radiation and chemo, he picked him up on a Saturday and brought him to the gym to play and took him over for dinner. And these are just people that are, I mean, we know, because I'm a teacher plays a big role in a student's life, and we just love that these people are believers that can instill all of that in our children.